Hello, everybody. This is RCK. I'm glad to have you back again on this Monday. Today we're going to be going over our next set of turns for our Caelum series. Today we'll be only going over 4 turns. Um, Going over 6 turns, episode just takes too long getting into these later turns, so we're cutting it back down to 4 turns an episode now. Hopefully these will turn them into much shorter videos. Um, because it is quite taxing on me to sit here for an hour and a half or 2 hours making one video, and that's just the first take of it. If I end up screwing up or something happens and have to start over, it's very depressing actually. Just really unfortunate, and hopefully we don't have that happen again. Before we get started on what we have going on, a little recap of last turn. We are storming Kalasa this turn. Um, Agartha has gave us the go-ahead to go ahead and take their fort, and we will see what happens if we're able to win the battle or not. Other than that, this is more of a thing for if you play the game in the community. Um, it's something that happens from time to time, and I mean it's really up to everybody, but it's something you also have to bring up to everyone's notice from time to time. Is if it's really worth lying to somebody just to better yourself in one game. And honestly enough, I don't think it is. Because what happens when you end up playing another game with that person and they don't trust you because you lied to them. It just takes one time to lose somebody's trust forever. And I try to be completely honest when I'm playing these games, but it's whatever. So looking at here, our first report saying we have not found any magic sites for that location. We have taken control of these 2 places since Colossus is not able to put PD anywhere anymore. Colossus has attacked us here in Anvast, and we will watch this battle. And it looks like they attacked us with a scout just to, I guess, counter ping us and see if we were putting PD. But I highly doubt I will ever miss putting PD in locations, and if I ever do miss it, it's because I just don't have any money. Um, So other than that, a very easy battle. Not too much to talk about, and we'll go ahead and look at the next one. So this is a battle outside of Colossa, and we also have one in the fortress. So this is the army that was beside the capital and has decided to attack us. So these are 2 separate battles. It looks like maybe they didn't. I can't tell if they broke the siege at the same time they attacked. They should have definitely. I'm not sure what's in this army compared to this one. This could just be the archers on the walls, but I'm not sure. And we'll go ahead and watch this battle at Colossa. Very, very small, limited amount of sacreds that they have left from their battles with Agartha. A few yogis, and then they have a few of their sacreds that we've gone over last episode. I'm casting things like luck and such, but the amount of birds that we have shouldn't really bother us too much. Go ahead and put this on fast forward, and there's the rest of our birds. I was wondering where they were. And even though they do have a lot of triggers with the awe and the other stuff they have going on and their high defense skill, we just have so many birds that they can't outlast us. We have also taken another province for them since they were not able. We have now taken control. Yeah, that's just another one. Um, and then this is our last battle for the turn, being called the battle inside the fortress, and we'll watch this. This is a rather large army. And we do have to worry about arrows a good bit since we don't have any helmets. But we're about to fly up, and I don't think they really have much of anything. I do like how their archers on the wall actually are comprised of different archers that the nation actually has, being the Bandar, and then the what are these guys? The Venaris, and these what are these called? Makata. Very interesting how they have all these different ones on the walls. The ones at the very end, the larger ape ones, are definitely the best as far as that goes, I believe. But I mean, they're more expensive. Let's see if I can actually click on one. It's kind of tough sometimes. You gotta kind of, there we go. Light Bandar Archer. Nice longbow. Really nice range on them, surprisingly. I guess that has to do with their strength, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. And this is just going to take a little while of our troops going up and down, trying to fight what's on the walls because, in all honesty, only one of our troops can fight all the archers at one time because our troops, well, no, actually two can fight. My bad. I guess I only saw one in that square at that time. But only two can fight at one time. They can't just. Actually, one's flew in there. But that's because they made space for them. And see, we might have one fly there and out there. Lightning Strike has made space. Yep. But it just takes a long time, and they probably emptied out their arrows at this point and killed as many as they could, I suppose. Which I don't remember us looking at the last battle report, which we will go back and check that out. We're probably dealing more friendly fire damage to us anyway. This reminds me of battles I've played as Scaleria, and I've given my skeletons mass flight, and this is what it looks like. Just them going up and down around the walls, and usually taking a lot of damage. There was a game I played, which is on YouTube, and on the wall, I forget the spell name, but it's like a line of fire, and then all my flying skeletons just fly up and down in the fire, and as more died, more skeletons would take their place, so it just burned out like all of my chaff. It was really crazy. So this was the first battle that we had, which with their remnants before what wasn't in the fort. We took significant losses, but they could not withstand the 400 birds we sent in. And then these are the losses from the capital. Um, just 16, not too bad. And that is it for the battles for this turn. We had an unexpected event happen, and it was actually a good event this time. We've been plagued by a lot of bad events lately, but we finally got a good one. Stardorf Fort, disease, yeah, seems about right. Like I said, I guess I just didn't pay attention to it. I'm not sure. Maybe at this point I did, and I just was like, screw it. So we really don't have anything going on in the capital. We are making more Eagle Kings. We're building a lab over here in 110 to go ahead and get production of our mages out, or research monkeys anyway. I'm starting to accumulate a large amount over here, and we're also getting a large amount over here. We should start getting these Jade Sorcerers very soon, I hope within the next turn or two, and start getting some more magic diversity and get those out searching for sure. We also have a lab over in Hall Woods, and as soon as we get enough money for a temple, we will start making shamans. We have all of our troops moving over to 8 on the Cliff Coast, so we can go ahead and take out that last castle owned by Colossus and knock them out of the game. We have some scouts sneaking around. This is what we end up winning, 34,000 population capital with 216 income. Really, really great for us. On top of that, we do have some nice sites that their capital has. 2 earth gems per turn from Mount Colossa, and then the Lotus Garden being 2 nature and 2 astral. Those are both really, really nice. Definitely the astral, since we do have a few summons later on, will be great. And that is our first bit of astral income, actually. So that is really, really awesome for us. Nature gems is up to 10 already, and we haven't searched nature at all, which is really interesting. Earth is up to 6. Water is 10. Air is 9, which is unfortunate. I wish it was much higher than it is right now. And fire gems is only at 6. But things are going well. It is only turn 25, so we still have a long way to go. Other than that, we don't really have to worry about mercenaries at this point. Just average, just making more researchers over here. We're still sitting here for some reason because I'm an idiot. But maybe one day we'll take that. Other than that, I have this mage here that can cast mist heading over to this next fort at 106 so he can grab any actually we're not making any units, which we probably should have to add them onto that unit, but they couldn't fly over to this spot over here in one turn, so it's very unfortunate. That is why he is heading to 106 first. We should be countering the troglodyte attack on 95 very shortly. It doesn't look like we've recruited the correct units for it, and when I do see the units that we should be recruiting, I will definitely go over the reasons why we are recruiting them. Other than that, we're just making Spirehorn warriors in our castles that we can. As far as these two provinces over here, I promised them a way to Argartha, and I mean, I still told him he could have them. You know, if he doesn't take them, it's no big deal. I'm not gonna attack him even after I already said he could have them. Other than that, that is really all for turn 25. I probably should have capitalized on taking this lake a lot earlier. I was just very busy with the early war, or early two wars that I had, and then distracted later on in the game, and you won't see me take this lake for a very long time. Other than that, we can still, well, we actually can't tell, but as far as I know, Helheim still has a couple of these provinces over here, and Agartha hasn't been able to beat them back yet. Other than that, not too much going on with Satis from what I can tell. We should have definitely had more scouts out, but from the looks of this, Ermor has actually also jumped in on attacking Mictland, which is surprising. So Satist and Ermor are in a 2v1 against Mictland, something to keep in mind. From here, looks like Vanheim is still having trouble finishing off the last bit of Machaka. I don't know. I feel like they should have attempted a fort attack by now, or at least well, that one probably been a much tougher. I don't know what they have in their capital, but I'm sure he's going to get around to it. At this point, I believe I've talked to Agartha a good bit, and he is fairly confident in his ability to beat back Helheim since they have such low siege strength, and he's not too worried about them. We will go ahead and go to the next. We'll go ahead and go to the next turn for this episode. We'll end turn, exit, continue on game. Sorry about that. I had to check Discord for a moment. I had a notification pop up, and I try to check those as fast as I can. So we have finished construction. So we finished construction 2, which is nice, and next we're going for evocation 4. And if you see here, Machaka has actually started to assassinate our troops, which is unfortunate. We have left that castle to its own for way too long. We will watch the first one here. And they have these Star Shadow, the Spider Spirit, Fire, Death, Nature Mage, which is an animal, which is also stupid, I think. Where's the stupid? Yeah, there's a stupid trait, so it might not follow the orders you give it. Also has Fear, kind of scary, 66 hit points, 16 protection, 15 morale. Very kind of scary for our commanders that we have over there, because we have no mages, we have no scary commanders. All we have are some Spirehorn commanders. I mean, The spiders should be able to take them out. And it looks like our guy just runs away. Oh, he came back down. So he deals 8 damage there. Not too bad, but he might die on the hit back. One more hit back and he will be gone. Oh, he died from poison before the attack even happened. Interesting. So we will watch the second one. Interesting how this happened at night and where the other one happened at day. I wonder what determines that. I would have figured he might have had night vision or some kind of vision, maybe 50% vision being a spider, but I'm not sure. One hit, gone. He wasn't even able to attack back. That wasn't very exciting, but I figured we should watch it. 2 limping units died. Unexpected event happened in Caelum. I'm not too sure about these events that happen in my capital quite a bit. I should look into them, but I've never really figured them out. So meddling with dark arts, your necromancer has attracted unwanted attention. All he's been doing is researching. Spirits from the nether realms now haunt this land and search for the mage. They attack indiscriminately. Assassination attempt on Jackrut, and we'll watch this battle. And it is a ghost, quite scary, against a Def 2 Air 1 mage. Dust to dust, oh, not too bad. What's the hair? Match resistance 14, and cool, and we did get him. But it looks like, did he get us? No, he didn't. Awesome. So we were able to keep our Harab Seraph, and he did end up killing the ghost by casting Dust to Dust, which is a really, really good spell to cast against undead creatures. We ended up getting a good event. Awesome. We got 715 gold from this and be really great. We definitely need to build up our, not structures, build up economically. Building labs and temples and such. This will be awesome. And then we also have bad events that follow, so not too great. Conjuration rituals are cheaper this month. Entrances to fortress being cracked. Starving troops. The normal, of course. We will be storming this next castle over here, taking Colossus' last fortification. Other than that, we have this Eagle King right here with a few air gems being summoned air elementals, hitting him or moving over to this castle. What I believe happened is that I might have put my turn on unfinished and then I probably put my turn on unfinished and then saved it to make sure I didn't miss it, and then came back later and changed a few things, because I do quite remember not having these mammoths recruiting last turn. But I do see that we have some now, and what I'm going to be using the mammoths for would be attacking these troglodytes in the very. I'll put the mammoths in the very front line, attacking the troglodytes, because troglodytes are only size 4, I believe, while the mammoths are size 6. So in turn, the troglodytes will not be able to trample troglodytes will not be able to trample the mammoths, whereas the mammoths will be able to trample the troglodytes. I'm kind of taking out their big thing. Other than that, what are they? They're size 4 units, so they only fit 1 to a square, and they have one attack being a claw attack to deal 23 damage, I believe. Whereas the mammoths are just going to be able to do so much better. They also have more hit points. They'll be able to take those damages quite a bit. They have their tusk attack, and they'll also be trampling. So they will be doing a good job in the front line against troglodytes, and we will watch that battle in a few turns whenever we get ready to attack. We are moving this mage over to here so we can storm. Well, actually, we are storming the castle if they don't get assassinated, but we are moving this guy over to cast Mist whenever we do storm it if they don't succeed. We should move a lot more things, but I didn't think about time. Fortunately, a few random things like a snake ring and other things. We have that lead shield from a turn or two ago from that event. I'm not sure why I made a snake ring. Maybe I was worried about Satis. I don't know. Maybe I just want to go ahead and start making them. I should be making endless bags of wine instead. I can't make them yet. I think it's Conjuration 4 when you can make endless bags of wine. So that's unfortunate. So I already spoke about that. Not doing anything there. This is our recruitment out of 110. Still making as many Spiderhorn Warriors as we can because we do lose a lot. And overall, I think we'll be heading to our next turn. Here we do see Satis' god. He took a Murmurkalon. His name is Simba. It's like a half ant, half lion, chimera type of unit. And we can obviously tell he is using it. I think he took it awake, or maybe I don't know why he would take a pretender like that being dormant. So he probably did take it awake, and that's why he has such a great expansion. I mean, we're about the same size, I believe. But I don't know. I know he is at war too, so that could also contribute to some of the land that he has. By him moving a scout over there to start seeing what's going on, see if Micklin's still alive, which I don't think we haven't seen the part where he says he hasn't returned yet, but I do want to see the battle if a battle happens over there. As far as thrones go, I feel like we have a pretty good idea that we're going to take this one. We should be able to take this one since we completely surround it. There's a good chance we can take this one before anyone else does. There's really no way we can take this one. I mean, maybe even if we flew over, because even when you're flying, you can't fly from there to there since there's no actual connection. You would have to fly there, 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 to actually get there, or there, 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 there. And being like, this being a mountain wasteland, and this being a mountain, and this being a cave, it's just so many things to enter and exit out of that we just won't have enough points to make it in one swoop. Other than that, I think we can go ahead and go to the next turn, and this was turn 26. And let's head over to turn 27. So we have 2 assassination attempts. Some also happened at night. And this is one of our commanders, and he's looked like he got about 3 attacks in, but none of them actually hit, which is surprising with his defense skill being 9. But he does end up dying. And we will go ahead and look at the next one. And this one we have a priest, so they're able to bring in this mage with them. It's kind of instantly summoned, and we also have a bodyguard, which is starving and diseased. It's awesome. So we're casting spells. The bodyguard is attacking the spider. We're casting Holy Word and Starfires. He's not taking any damage yet. Ooh, but there he did. So went from 66 to 49. I took a good bit of damage. He's webbed our mage, but our other mage is still in the battle and is attacking him, which this is a much more formidable foe compared to the spider. So hopefully we'll be able to take him out here. Oh, he did web us again though. Let's get a little closer. It's a very exciting battle going on here. It looks like all triggered, so he wasn't able to complete that attack. And our unit routed. Great. We were doing such a good job. I feel like if the battle continued, we would probably have won that actually. Battle of Cliff Coast, and we will watch this. This is where I had our whole army coming in to take out this castle. At this point, we probably could have definitely split our army up, but I forget some kind of theory about the amount of troops you attack with, the amount of troops you actually lose is less when you're attacking with more troops, since you're able to attack a lot more. Um, so when you're attacking with a large number of troops, you usually end up taking less losses than you would with a high number of troops. But I'm not sure how true that is in the minions, because I mean you can just build a super combatant and not take any losses and kill a whole army. Um, we're doing just fly up and down thing like we were last time, but we actually gave these guys room to run away, in which that's what they're doing, and these got caught in the stairway. And we have finished them up. And let's see our losses. So we lost 11 troops. Worldwide event, we already knew about that. We had unexpected event. We got a bunch of gems, which is awesome. We essentially stole them from this peddler for 1 gold. So I don't think he was very happy about that. Now the defenders are repairing the fort faster and we can destroy it. And we actually had 2 people die this turn. I don't remember them actually dying on the same turn, which is interesting. Couldn't think of a good name. Micklin has permanently been banished, and also Feeder of the Hungry Monkeys Colossa has been permanently vanquished. So really interesting. I'm glad we were able to keep up with our not enemies but neighbors on being able to eat somebody by the same time they ate somebody. So we should be around the same size, making the same amount of income. Maybe, I'm pretty sure they took scales, and so did we. We have a lot of movement going on. Let's see as far as this go. I'm not sure why I sent all my troops here. I think at this point I was considering something along the lines of having a flying over here and start like messing with Ermor, since I knew they wouldn't be able to attack me through this, since I've more than likely been able to keep it cold. They would have had to fight through Satis, which Satis probably wouldn't have let them take that, and they wouldn't have been able. Well, they could have attacked me over here, didn't? Maybe I'm not sure what I was thinking. Not entirely sure on why I sent them all over there. Hmm, interesting. Maybe I was getting ready for a fight here, but that wouldn't make any sense either. I'm building a temple here in Colossa. I'm searching and moving some other commanders around. Moving this group and this commander over here. Still sieging this. I'm moving our troops over here to go ahead and take this throne. I'm moving this commander on top so he is able to pick these units up. Also moving the Eagle King from earlier on top of the throne. We're starting to collect up to 6 mammoths. I didn't want to make too many because they are very expensive, being 120 gold a piece. And then we have some death searching going on all over the place. Just try to get a death income, since we do have a few national summons that we want to do for sure that are in death. Building a temple here in 144 to start creating shamans. We're casting dark knowledge. I saw yeah, I saw the death one here, so I decided to cast dark knowledge on this. It could just be, maybe it is a death site and our growth is counteracting in death, and that's why it only shows 1. But I didn't want to just search with this unit here, because at that point, if it was a Well of Pestilence or something like that, you wouldn't be able to find it because you have to be a level 3. So I decided to waste a few gems and search it like that. We have a few Jade Sorcerers, which at this point I think when I changed the turn, I might have, I guess, chose them instead. What else are we going? What else is going on? We did BD for sure. Always make sure we do that. Well, we can check our research at this point. So we're up to 191 research. Not too bad. Could wish it was a lot higher though. But we do have Conjuration 5. We're at Evo 3 for Mist. We're at Construction 2 for a small amount of items that we may want. We're heading up to Construction 4 next to go ahead and start making different boosters and such. After that, we have decided to go up to Evocation 6. Lots of good things in there for us, and I will go ahead and show you. Wailing Winds, all of our Def 2 randoms from the Harab Seraphs can cast Wailing Winds, which is a great spell for us to cast. Other than that, Perpetual Storm, Wrathful Skies. Storm is at level 5, which is a really, really nice one for us to cast, and we definitely want to get because all of our units have Storm immunity, so they're still able to fly where the enemy units can't if they don't have it. So really, really good. It also decreases the total amount of arrows by 50% that are shooting. They'll just get lost in the storm, and since we don't use any arrows, it doesn't affect us at all. It also casts a natural rain on the battlefield whenever you cast Storm, making fire spells more fatigue expensive in a way. So there's that benefit as well. It looks like they have moved some more troops on the Machakan capital. It looks like it's just being chaff. Looks like we're trying to buy a Black Fist, a bit of 75 at 101. I think we're using them as chaff to attack the troglodytes. Other than that, we have some scouts moving into Satis. I see that Satis has taken Mikland, and we are moving through to see everything that Ermor has, which we already knew where their capital was, being over here. So we can already assume Ermor is fairly large as well at this point in the game. They reach all the way from 107 all the way down to 18. So they are very large. About this space right here. Well, I know Agartha might have this bit. So I know they definitely have around this much anyway. So as far as the strongest players go, Helheim and Agartha have definitely hurt each other a good bit. I have me and Satis both own another capital at this point. Vanheim is runner up for almost having the next capital, and then Ermor is probably larger than Vanheim. Ermor might be larger than Vanheim, or they might be around tied, but since Ermor is not sitting on capital or is not looking to take a capital anytime soon, I would put them in 4th place compared to the other three of us. That was turn 27. We will head over to our final turn for this episode, being turn 28. And we will go ahead and jump in. We cast Dark Knowledge, but we ended up not finding anything, which is very unfortunate. There's no magic sites. No magic sites. We did find one here. The Graveyard of the Damned, that is a 1 Def Gem nature site, or 1 Def Gem site. We had another, oh man, I shouldn't have clicked on it like that. We had another assassination battle. And this was the mage that we had that was actually going to cast Mist, which is unfortunate, and they end up casting Lesser Storm Elemental. I wonder why they didn't cast the large Storm Elemental, but I guess it's more cost effective fatigue wise for them to cast a Lesser Storm, so they're able to cast 2 Lesser Storms versus 1 regular. So the bodyguard jumps in, we get him with a lightning strike, and the two lesser elementals are chasing him down, and the lightning strike takes him out for the win. But he ends up using all of the nature gem or all the air gems that we put onto the mage, which is unfortunate. And we'll watch the second battle. Ooh, it looks like it's the same bat or same mage got hit twice, but this time he does not have his gems with him, and he's only brought 2 bodyguard units. So I don't think we'll be as fortunate this time, but we have got a lot of good hits off, and his morale has broken. But we have also routed, and since we're fly, we routed much more before him, or we routed a lot sooner than he did. Lots of words there, I suppose. 2 more crippled and limping units died, or 3 more. We had a battle here, and this is the throne battle, and we will watch it. Now I can already tell you that I misscript this. Now these units are running forward instead of flying and attacking rear. These are on attack closest. I guess I just had these guys on attack or something else. I can't remember what order makes them walk. So we're getting hit by Mind Burn from the sages back here. Our elementals are coming in, hitting the archers. Having these units walk aren't too bad, but the attack closest ones just get there anyway. And these should rout the barbarians. I think all the barbarian chiefs are already gone. They should be gone very shortly. Our militia, the militia here are fighting. Our light infantry, the archers are still shooting, while the air elementals are doing their best to take them out. Looks like we already have 3 air elementals on the field. Barbarians are running. Light infantry should be coming behind them very soon. And it's interesting. So it's interesting to see this as a blood mage. If only these air elementals went for these sages instead, we would have been doing some real damage on their command. It looks like light infantry actually stayed, even though they're fighting 2 air elementals. Maybe they rout soon-ish. Most of our units have already routed at this point. I think they got us through an HP route. And since our units are all flying, ours leave the battlefield way before all theirs leave the battlefield. We lost 44 Spirehorn warriors. We took out all of their infantry essentially. We lost, or they still have 6 barbarians. They still have 11 light infantry. They still have 3 sages and the lore master. But the barbarian lord and chiefs are gone. So hopefully, maybe an attack rear can take out these lore master and sages left over, and we will easily take that back. Unfortunate that we lost. We should have pinged it before. I can't remember if we pinged it on the earlier turn. I don't believe we did. I'm just looking through some more bad events. People are tired of your oppressive rule. Province lost, unrest plus 23, turmoil plus 3. There are 3 leaderless units in a hostile province. 2 have retreated. 1 was deserted. Awesome. Which province was this? Great. Playing Plateau. So we lost a good little bit of fire income. We do have a mage going to take them out. Just 15 troops. I guess 10 militias versus 15 Spirehorns. We should have a good chance of winning that. Next, we have our next not big battle. We're taking back another indie province. I have the mammoths going in front. Then I have the mercenaries coming in second. Since I really don't care if they die, they only cost me 75 gold. I put him rather close too, so if he dies, I'll still get the equipment he has. Then these other units I'll hold and track rear. Even though I probably shouldn't have brought them at all, since there's no other commanders other than troglodytes, and I don't want these guys fighting in that. But it will be okay. So we will have to wait for next episode to see that battle. We are diverting all of our troops from the surrounding area and all of the troops that have retreated to go ahead and hit the throne and take that out, so we can go ahead and claim it for ourselves. Um, I'm spreading this large army out. I'm not sure why I sent them all over here. This game has happened a couple of months ago at this point, but I'm spreading all my Eagle Kings out to start site searching all of this land. We definitely want to go ahead and see if we can get a better gem income at this point. Um, we are sending some more guys around to site search for death. And at this point, we do have 2 income for death income. Ooh, that was actually a death 2, or yeah, the 2 income death site, which for some reason I thought was a 1 death site. It might be another graveyard I'm thinking of that only gives 1 death gem. But either way, that is really, really nice to have. Go ahead and get that started. Starting to accumulate a good bit of astral pearl starting. But we already do have a large amount of nature, earth, and water, which we won't have too much of a use for, but we will definitely find a use for them. Um, being by the fact that we do have recruitable fire ones, um, the high, not bank, the high amount of fire gems that we are accumulating will actually be really great because once we hit Conjuration 6, we can turn all of those fire gems into lightless lanterns, which will greatly boost our research per turn. We're up 261 research per turn. Our research is definitely increasing very, very fast with all of the castles we have recruiting mages. Currently, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Currently have 6 castles producing mages every turn. Capital being 2 turns. We should be moving to put a lab in this one soon, moving it up to 7. I don't think we're building any castles anywhere at the moment. As soon as we take that one, we'll be making 8 mages turn, and we will definitely be able to ramp up our research very, very quickly. And we are really looking forward to that. Our income is going up very nicely as well. This is really, really good for us. We will go ahead and look over at statistics, provinces. We lost that one Indy province, and since we're not at war with any nation at the moment, we have kind of staled out there for a little bit. Ports, getting a good income. That's when we took the capital. That's when we took the other fort that Colossa had. Our income has been rising steadily. Our gem income has took a few good jumps, and at this point we are starting to site search a little bit more since we are done with the major fights. Our research is still in a steady decline or a steady incline. Um, Dominion is quite jumpy, but we're not too worried about that at the moment. Army size has gone down from the few battles that we've had. And as far as ascension points go, Ermor has 2 ascension points, or 4 ascension points actually. So they have 2 thrones, while Satis only holds 1 and we hold 0. Something quite interesting, if no one actually knew this, the determination of a game, if you claim thrones at the same time and you're tied for amount of thrones, or say it's going to Cataclysm and some thrones were destroyed and you end up having a tie with someone, the tiebreaker is actually your dominion score and how much dominion you actually have. So it was actually came up in a game I was playing recently, which would be the second game I've won as Ermor, and it was like turn 80 something or 90, I can't remember. But Cataclysm started on 85, and it just so happened that 3 players all tied for the same amount of thrones, because I think someone lost 2 thrones or something like that. I wasn't someone that lost any thrones, but due to the fact of me having, I think, 2 capitals at that point and me just being ginormous, I'm having a Dominion conflict bonus, and I think I had like 12 or 13 Dominion at this point, and I was I was covering the map pretty well when I was pouring into my neighbors' Dominion or areas and just killing their pop, and I ended up winning because of that, which was very, very surprising. It was a very happy thing to, or not happy. I was very grateful to see that, and I was really surprised too. I'm kind of a dirty win. I don't think I deserved it as much as everyone else did. A few people had much, much better armies than I did, even though I probably had 2,000 lictors at that point. Because I mean, I had armies of I had a couple of armies that had at least 500 in them. I took a very, very nasty bless, of course, like you always do. Um, so taking the troglodytes, taking this Indy province next, taking the throne next turn. Hopefully, be trying to take this soon. Other than that, splitting these guys up. It looks like we are pinging this throne to see what's in it so we can take it the turn after. Um, Still leaving this here for Agartha. Looking through and seeing what's going on in Satis. See there's their capital right there, which we already knew that. But it seems like they're fairly large. Maybe about there to about there, maybe. I feel like they're also in a good position for a lot of thrones. They have a throne right there they can take. They have a throne there. They could go for that throne while also going for that throne. So they are also in a very good position. See that archbishop there. But we know that. Oh, something also interesting. We see that Ermor has attacked Satis preemptively, even though it looked like they were helping each other at this point. And it looks like Ermor has turned to attack Satis instead. Very, very interesting. We will send a scout over to see what happens with that for sure, while also moving some others around to try to catch some of these battles. Now that we have a little bit better of a spy network, since we've been spending so much money every turn, I haven't really been able to invest in one yet. Um, I've had a lot of games where I've had so many spies. I would almost have see every province that the enemy had. As far as I know, still no word from Agartha. I think they're still doing fine. Helheim is doing their raiding, and Agartha has been staying in his fort since Helheim's not able to take them. Getting a Jade Matrix from here, or Jade Sorceress. Another Eagle Warrior, or Eagle King. Mages from there. We're getting shamans now, so really good. We'll start searching for astral, which is going to be very, very nice to help increase the astral income that we have. We are building a palisade over here, which this is something we'll be making this turn, or we started making this turn, so we have 4 more turns to go. In 140, being a farmland, not too bad. The supply and resources, well, there's a lot of resources over here, but not really, not great recruitment points. This will probably have much better recruitment points. I'm not too worried about making to these castles so close to each other. In most games, you won't see me do that, but due to the fact that we're trying to increase the amount of research points that we get to really jump ahead, um, is going to be very, very useful for us. Uh, it seems like in the early game, Caelum does very well since their attack rear, their flyers, they move very fast, they do really good in their troops. And then the mid game, well, in the early game, they also have that good boost of when they can start casting air elementals. And then when it comes to mid game, I think they take a good bit of decline. And then you really have to either jump onto an enemy and take capitals to grow larger very fast if you want to stay competitive in the game. Um, while also being able to produce a lot of mages, so you will be able to stay magically competitive as well. Um, so keep that in mind very much that you have to play aggressive in the early game for sure. That's why I joined in 2 wars in the very beginning. In another Caelum game that is also going very well for me. I think I own 2 caps. Um, and then I'm threatening another player or 2 other players. I can't remember. Um, but be very, very aggressive. You have to be on the ball with these things. So other than that, I think that was going to be it for this episode, and that was turn 28. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Other than that, I really don't have too much going on. That will be it. Yeah, that'll be it. I don't think I'll have any extra videos coming out this week. I'll just have the normal ones at the scheduled time. I was considering doing a early Dominions guide on on an MA Nation. I think that's what I have scheduled next. I haven't decided if I was going to post an early one on top of the one I do Friday. Definitely depends. I've been quite busy lately, but I will try my best. So hope everyone has a great day, and I will see you back again for the next episode. Have a great one, guys.